Are you thinking about moving to Texas, but you are a little bit hesitant because everything you're hearing about property taxes? Maybe you're a first-time home buyer and you're a little gun-shy about purchasing a home because you're hearing about property taxes. Well, you're not alone, because as homeowners ourselves, we too feel the burden of these high property taxes. And I don't know if you know, but since COVID, 60% of the homes in Texas are over-assessed, and homeowners are paying way too much in taxes. So it is more important now, more than ever, for you to know about your home value and how it's being assessed, where to find the information, and how much you are paying in taxes. But the great news is you can actually do something about it. So you don't want to miss out on this video, because we're going to give you some valuable tips that you can take home with you and help reduce your property taxes. And then we're going to follow up with 5 action steps that you can do to help correct those overassessments on your property. But before we do that, we want to give you an overview of what are property taxes, what is their purpose, and how they are assessed.
Each year, the appraisal district will take a look at your home and determine how much taxes you're going to be paying for the incoming year. And they do this through qualified appraisers. But unfortunately, bear in mind that the county, the district, does not have unlimited resources and manpower for these appraisers to conduct detailed appraisals of each home. So what they do is that they will look at an area and conduct a blanket or mass appraisal of that specific area. And they classify the properties by age, by size, location, construction type, etc. And then using data from the recent sales at that time, they will determine the value for your home. And bear in mind, they do this once a year, right?
Right.
So you're probably asking, so what happens now that they've assessed my value? Well, now the county is going to determine how much tax you're going to be paying based on the various taxing entities that are within your district. Now, bear in mind that each county and each city, they have various taxing entities, and that the rates will vary. So you're probably asking, so what happens now that they have assessed my value? Well, now the county will determine how much you're going to pay in taxes based on the various entities that are within your taxing district. And bear in mind that each county and city, they have different taxing entities, and that their rates vary each year. So it's really important for you to check with the appraisal district to find out what the current rates are and what those entities are. But some of these entities that you're going to find across the board are going to be like county tax, city, school districts, hospitals, colleges, water districts, and some other taxing entities.
Now, as we mentioned, all these entities have different rates that they use to tax your property, and you can find this rate by going to your local appraisal district of the county you live in. So, for instance, if you live in Collin County, you can go to the Collin CAD. If you live in Denton County, you can go to the Denton CAD. And for your convenience, we've provided both links below, so click on the link and then you can go find your property. Now, the simplest way that I can explain how you can find your estimated tax is once you go onto your appraisal district, you put in your address, you pull up your house, go to the assessed value, divide that assessed value by 100, and then you multiply it by that particular entity's tax rate. You add those all together and you come up with your taxable value. So please note, again, that those rates vary from year to year. That's why your taxes go up and down. So it's important to go on and be familiar with the process of how to check your current rates.
Hey guys, my name is Marilyn. This is my husband, Mike. And we get contacted every day by people just like you who are looking to move into the Dallas area, and we just absolutely love it. So if you want to know everything there is to know about eating, living, working, playing in Dallas area or the current real estate market, subscribe below and tap that notification bell so that you can be the first to know about what's happening in Dallas. So now that you know what property taxes are and how they are assessed, you may be thinking, well, how do I know if I'm paying too much?
Well, we talked earlier about some tips, and here is tip number 1. So check with your county appraisal district and see the current value of your home. Make sure that all the information is correct and the data matches the form they sent you. What we mean by that is make sure that the square footage, number of rooms, year built, type of structure, all matches from the website to the paper that you're going to get. If there is a discrepancy, that's what tends to throw off the assessments. Number 2 is understand that these appraisers are not familiar with the local conditions. What we mean by that is the seasonality of the real estate market and the specific neighborhoods they are assessing. Again, they don't really keep up with a lot of the local trends, such as listings that are active, sold within a specific time period, or considering what may be happening in the current economy in that particular area.
The third tip is, and I think Mike touched on this a little bit, but it's the timing of when your assessment was taken. Property values change during the season. So real estate market has a season. That's what we call seasonality. And so it's important to know when this assessment was taken, because during the spring and the summertime, your property values are going to be higher than the fall and in the winter. The fourth tip is that appraisals are not objective in nature, but they're actually subjective, which means that the information an appraiser sees and gathers is all subjective to his personal opinion. You can get 3 appraisals on one home and get 3 completely different values. So considering all of these factors, it's easy to see how these inconsistencies on property values and the subjectiveness of each appraiser, how important it is for you to understand this information. So what can you do if you feel that you're being overassessed? Well, you're going to have to fight with the appraisal district and prove that your data is correct. And so here are 5 steps. We talked about 5 steps that we were going to give you in order to help you accomplish that.
Right. So the first thing you're going to do is review your property assessment, and again, make sure all the information is correct. We're all human. We all make mistakes. The appraisal board make mistakes. So throw a second eye on it and make sure all the information is correct. And again, that's square footage, number of rooms, etc. Number 2, gather your evidence. Get all the current information from your neighborhood, such as the sold prices for homes matching your particular home. If you're 2,500 square foot, get 2,500 square foot. Your real estate agent, obviously it's going to be us. We can help you get that information and bring you up to date on all the current activity in your neighborhood. This is going to help you support your point of view with the appraisal review board.
Step number 3, you want to file an appeal with your tax assessor's office, and you can do this by either calling the number on the statement that you get or just go online and set this appointment. They will be able to walk you through the entire process and inform you about specific deadlines and what you need to be able to present. And it's really important for you to follow their instructions thoroughly in order for you to be able to submit this appeal with all the supporting evidence. The 4th step is attending a hearing. Now, this hearing can be face-to-face or online. And I know Mike has personally done both. He's gone face-to-face when he's filed our property taxes, and they've also been able to do it online. So if you have any information on that process, give them a call.
Right. So lastly, you may not want to take all this on yourself, and you may want to get somebody else to take care of it. Well, there is professional companies that are designed to help people go on and fight their property tax. Now, of course, there is a fee attached to this, and there are many companies that can help you out and provide the service. We've also included a link below of one of those companies that you can reach out to if you so desire. So why is it so important for you to know and understand your property taxes and if you're being overassessed? Well, this past summer, Texas passed the largest ever property tax relief bill in the history of Texas, giving Texas homeowners the much needed relief to reduce their property taxes. The Texas House approved a bill to cut property taxes by 40% for Texas homeowners. And the relief is comprised of several components making up the bill.
Here is what is in the Texas property tax proposal, according to KXAN News, and I'm going to read this word for word. The bill provides for $12.7 billion in tax relief for property owners through 4 main avenues. 1, reducing school district property tax rates by subsidizing public education with an additional $12 billion. Number 2, raising the homestead exemption from $40,000 to $100,000. Number 3, limiting the appraisal value increases to 20% per year for non-homestead properties, such as if you have a vacation home or you have rental properties that are under $5 million. And this is part of a 3-year pilot program, and exempting businesses with annual revenue of less than $2.47 million from the franchise tax. And this is up from a $1.23 million exemption threshold.
The tax rates for each school district must be recalculated by the Commissioner of Education to provide at least a 10.7% reduction. This specific reduction could vary by district, but they all need to be within 90% of each other. In addition, it requires counties with 75,000 or more people to have an appraisal district board of directors with up to 5 directors appointed by the taxing units. 3 directors are elected by county voters, and also the county assessor collector. So the benefit to you is now we have more of a say in your local county on these appraisals that take place every single year.
At this point, it's really difficult to determine what those numbers are going to look like until November 7th, 2023, which is the day that we go vote the general election on passing this bill. So it's really important for you to get out there and vote if you're a homeowner. But for right now, it is up to you to make sure that all the information that the appraisal district has on your home is correct, so that you can further reduce your tax bill if you're being overassessed.
Right. So to recap what we have discussed about property taxes, it's important for you to know what your property taxes are, how to know if you are being overassessed, what to do if you are, and how to correct it. Also know how important it's going to be for you as homeowners to get out and vote on November 7th, 2023, because all of these reductions that we just talked about are not going to take place until we get out and we pass this property tax relief bill here in Texas. So remember to get out and vote on November 7th.
So if you have any questions, guys, or you need further information on the current real estate market or anything that we've covered in this video, which was a lot, don't hesitate to reach out to us. We'd love to be able to connect with you. All our information is down below. And as we always say, until then, we look forward to showing you around town the next time. Take care, guys.
All right, bye-bye.